Dear all, welcome to this new episode of the Catia TV. This time we will focus on the topic of Catia creative design experience with an overview of the design and styling offer. As we all know now, Catia is the world's leading solution for product design and experience. It is used by leading organizations in multiple industries to develop the products we see and use in our everyday lives. One of the main disciplines is design and styling. From product to transportation industries, the style and design of the product plays a major role in its success on the market. Develop shape and material creativity, reach a high level of surface sophistication and quality, and get the right decision tools with physical and virtual prototypes. These are the key elements of Catia design styling in order to boost design innovation. The key benefits of industrial design are, whether starting 3D ideation from scratch or from 2D sketches, industrial designers can manipulate shapes with unrivaled freedom and take advantage of a true creativity accelerator to explore more ideas in the early conceptual phase. With advanced surface modeling, you can fully address the automotive Class A shape design process, delivering a powerful and intuitive suite of tools for modeling, analyzing, and visualizing aesthetics and ergonomics shapes for the highest Class A surface quality. With our subject matter expert from the Catia design team, Thomas Balle, you will explore the full value of Catia design and styling experience. As usual, the Catia TV webinar will be held here, in the post where you are right now, in our Catia user community, and it will give you the capacity to interact in live with our subject matter experts throughout the chat. So don't hesitate to rewatch the webinar, and we wish you a very good day.
Hello everybody, my name is Thomas Balle. I'm leading the worldwide Catia design industry process success team, which is part of the Catia brand. Today I would like to give you an overview about our solutions for Catia creative design experience, and we will be looking at our legacy solutions up to the latest state-of-the-art technology that we are providing in our industry process experiences and roles on the 3D Experience platform. Let's go. Let me give you some context about industrial design here. First of all, to survive in today's global and highly competitive landscape, companies need to readjust their strategies more often than in the past, as business models are changing rapidly. Hence, from a management perspective, agility is key. Looking at the market offerings, one thing has become obvious though. It's no longer enough for companies to think of just a product and its design. Consumers all over the globe today expect holistic consumer experiences. Realizing this paradigm shift, companies have embarked on a journey to move away from simple product design to a delivery of much more sophisticated consumer experiences to the market. This also means a shift to a more human-centric design approach, as a wider scope of parameters of human interaction need to be considered when designing them. In this new age of consumer experience economy, companies are challenged in many ways. First of all, they need to make sure to transform from classic product to human-centric experience design to gain or keep the necessary edge in creativity and innovation required to reach a leadership position in any market or niche today. Secondly, customer loyalty and a strong brand identity are vital to increase and sustain high revenues and profit margins, which is why design quality and efficient homologation processes are of biggest importance. Last but not least, the sheer number of products and experiences the markets are expecting today requires streamlined and agile design, engineering and manufacturing processes. These cannot be achieved with silos or stakeholders inside and outside of a company's ecosystem being disconnected. One of the most important people and organizations to drive this paradigm shift are those we consider nowadays at the forefront of innovation, designers and design studios. In a historical context, this is a relatively new perception. In the not-so-distant past, industrial design used to be an afterthought, a means to improve the aesthetic perception of a product, to make it appealing, but hardly at the core of the innovation process itself. Consequently, designers were only given a limited upfront responsibility in a very narrow area of the product development process. Today, designers have a much bigger role and responsibility than ever before. Their role is considered key to define new exciting customer experiences that make a difference between success or failure for a company. How do we in Dassault Systems tie into this picture, you may ask? And the answer is quite simple. By definition, the purpose of Dassault Systems is to provide businesses and people with 3D experience universes to imagine sustainable innovations capable of harmonizing product, nature, and life, which pretty much sums up some of the core aspects of what designers are trying to achieve today. One of the keys to this harmonization is to reconsider the foundation of how products or experiences are conceived. Thankfully, some foundational work has been already done in the 60s of the last centuries. These efforts culminated in the creation of one of the most widely accepted methodologies of structuring creative processes today, and it's called design thinking. While it would be going beyond the constraints of a presentation this length to explain design thinking in depth, we will try to simplify. Design thinking in essence consists of 5 different stages, which are: in the emphasize stage, we are trying to understand the problem by taking a human-centric perspective. In the define stage, we are trying to pinpoint the issue to be solved and formulate a so-called problem statement, which clearly defines the issue. In the ideate stage, we explore the available solution space to address the problem identified in the previous stages. In the prototype stage, we create first prototypes, which incorporate parts or the full solution to the problem. Finally, in test, we verify the prototypes. This will lead either to their acceptance or rejection and a loop. It should be obvious by now that design thinking does require a multidisciplinary approach based on intense collaboration, sharing of know-how, breaking conventional silos, and substantially a change in how people and teams work, interact, and create. We do believe that the 3D experience platform is the ideal basis and starting point for any organization seeking to innovate based on the design thinking philosophy. More than that, we are convinced that the 3D experience platform is the game changer for creatives and design studios to master their challenges ahead. With the 3D experience platform, a Catia creative design experience, we are delivering a truly unified industrial design workflow for creative designers, supporting the design thinking method. However, it is important to mention at this point that our legacy and standalone solutions are still a vital part of our offering. While they do not match the capabilities and technological possibilities of our platform-based solutions, we do provide seamless interoperability and workflows between these applications, and we are continuously delivering new capabilities and experiences which our existing legacy solution customers are expecting. Within the creative design experience, we find 3 categories which cover all creative design processes today. For instance, within the first domain, creative design, we offer industry processes, roles and applications on the 3D experience, which focus on creativity and ideation and the concept stages. In the second domain, called surface refinement, we are covering the needs of designers, modelers and engineers for high-end surface quality up to Class A. On top, we are delivering solutions for the process of reverse engineering. In the third domain, called product experience, we are delivering solutions spanning from high-end GI-based rendering for experts and non-experts to perceived quality studies and product presentation reviews. Additionally, we offer fully integrated individual and collaborative VR experiences on the platform and easy-to-use basic VR review capabilities for some of our legacy solutions too. Let's start with the offering for creativity and ideation. Covering the stages ideate and prototype of the design thinking process, the solutions available in creative design are focusing on the first stages like sketching and concept modeling. Starting out with a proper human-centered problem statement from the define stage, there is a need for intuitive tools which allow quick exploration of the solution space, but with a lower level of detail and complexity in favor of the quickness. All good industrial design needs to be human-centric. Supporting this view, we have created the human experience applications in order to provide the designers a human reference in 3D space at any point in the design process, may it be in the ideation or the later test stages. For this reason, we provide the 3D mannequin with all the core creative design experience roles by default. This mannequin is available in many different variations and can be customized in size, proportions, visual traits and postures. While it is an accurate 3D representation of humans, it does not claim to be a scientific approved representation. This type of mannequin will be incorporated in a later release of 3D Experience. Anyway, with this current level of detail and exactness, we believe it's appropriate for all creative design related activities to start with. In terms of technology, the mannequin body is driven by an underlying inverse kinematic rig, which allows for quick changes of postures. With a vast set of postures already available out of the box in the core application and changes possible on the fly, a big part of possible user scenarios should be addressable. Additionally, we implemented features like the grab object function, which will drive the shape of the hands of the mannequin based upon collision detection. Interactions with objects thereby are automatically taken care of, and it does not require additional attention by the user or a dedicated process to make sure hand and finger positions are accurate. Analog 2D sketching with pen and paper or digitally in 2D is still very appealing to creatives and designers. As one of the most common cultural techniques known to mankind, we write and draw from an early age. There's an immediateness between thought and a first representation on paper which is hard to beat. We want to enable designers to create spatially correct digital 2D and 3D sketches in a very intuitive way, which is why we offer our Catia Natural Sketch application in all of our core creative roles. Natural Sketch allows users to work as analog as possible, replacing pen and paper with digital pen and a tablet, while at the same time expanding sketching to the third dimension. Lately we have been expanding the application with a fully immersive VR experience, such that direct sketching in 3D is possible with supported VR head-mounted display devices. Important to note is that we are not trying to mimic simple pixel-based workflows as with popular photo editing software. Instead, both applications deliver Bezier curve output if wanted, which can be passed to any downstream Catia processes and applications, ensuring a digital continuum. Consequently, it means that the design intent of creatives will be preserved at maximum level when passing to the other stakeholders in the project, which is often not the case when the output is based on 2D sketches. The biggest benefit of being in a Catia 3D environment is to be able to use existing 3D geometry and parts as reference for the initial design. As outlined before, the 3D mannequins provided by our Human Experience application allow designers to start their sketching process with a human reference from the beginning. In the end, designers are able to deliver spatially correct 3D sketches, which are taking into account important technical constraints and have correct relations to human proportions and sizes. With Natural Sketch VR, we are expanding the classical Natural Sketch application by introducing a fully immersive VR experience on top of the core application. Thanks to the full immersion, proportions and shape can be experienced more realistically and in life size. Dedicated VR-optimized user interface allows to create designs directly in 3D space without the need to use digital pen or tablet, but with the controllers of the VR head-mounted display. Nevertheless, as both experiences are equally capable to create 3D sketches, we think that a hybrid approach could be beneficial. Moving on to concept modeling, let's have a look at Catia Imagine and Shape. Whether you are starting out based on the curves created by Natural Sketch or from scratch, Imagine and Shape enables users to create quickly curvature continuous quality surfaces while at the same time avoiding all the intricacies of classic surface modelers. Using subdivision surface technologies, Imagine Shape is delivering a unique modeling experience. While the creation of the base mesh follows the rules of polygon modeling and is in line with most other polygon modelers on the market, the biggest difference is that the Catia Geometric Modeler core allows to create a Catia surface in real time in parallel. This is unique. This means first that there is no need for a follow-up process to create usable surfaces from the polygons, as this is already happening at the time of the base mesh creation in real time. Secondly, the surfaces created can be passed to any downstream process early on, for instance to engineering, such that activities can be started in parallel, saving decisive development time. But maybe the biggest value for the users is the fact that we can mix subdivision surfaces and conventional NURBS or Bezier surfacing in the same model. So for instance, we can use Imagine and Shape surfaces to cut and split conventional surfaces, or vice versa, using functions like filleting on top of Imagine and Shape based surfaces. Another use case for Imagine and Shape is in reverse engineering. Thanks to a specific function called strip drawing, designers, modelers, or engineers are able to quickly create or recreate parts of a design very rapidly by directly drawing strips onto scanned data or any existing surface data. Thanks to always snapping onto the underlying reference, it is very easy to create a base mesh which is already very close in deviation. With the latest release of 3D Experience 2021X, we have introduced a new role called 3D Shape Designer, targeted at what we consider to be nomad designers. These are creatives which need a high degree of freedom in terms of accessibility of tools and mobility. It is a cloud-based solution accessible via web browsers, which means that the applications can be used on mobile devices too. This provides users a high degree of design freedom, which is a unique feature of our web-based X application solutions. The designers are able to make full use of the power of the 3D Experience platform in the ideation stage already. Using the 3D dashboard functionality, we're able to gather all the relevant input for the ideation stage and create inspirational mood boards which we can share with clients or collaborators at any time. Using the XDesign app through a web browser, we are able to intuitively create the necessary mechanical elements of our design with dedicated functionalities. With some context geometry imported, we are able to seamlessly move over then to X-Shape app to create those parts of the earbuds which are in contact with the ears of the users. Thanks to subdivision modeling technology, we are able to quickly create elegant and smooth organic shapes. Once the basic modeling is done, we can move over to X-generative design in order to create 3D patterns using a node-based algorithmic approach. Let's move over to the next category called Surface Refinement, which takes care of the community of Class A surface modelers and creatives and engineers in need for higher quality surfaces. Historically, Omnisurf, as part of our portfolio, has been and still is the leader for explicit Class A modeling in the world. In order to address the needs of our customers for a fully integrated Class A solution inside Catia, we created Catia Ideation, which is a fully associative Class A modeling solution. Introducing our latest newcomer in this domain, Ideation Design Experience is positioned as the new leading 3D experience-based solution for Class A modeling, which tries to incorporate and merge the two user communities and modeling philosophies into one. Let's start with Omnisurf. As previously mentioned, Omnisurf is the leading explicit Class A surface modeling solution today on the market. It is used in basically every company in transportation and mobility industry today and continues to be the best-in-class tool for creating exterior and interior surfaces, and as such satisfies the need for highest quality surfaces also in other industries. The year 2020 is remarkable for the development of Omnisurf, as it shows our dedication to further develop and improve the solution and make it ready for the years to come. In 2020, we started a new 3-year modernization initiative focusing on addressing the requirements of our customers to allow them making use of the latest news in GPO development and technologies, while at the same time improving the overall user experience and overall performances quite substantially. This is a brief overview of the currently available modules, with Omnisurf Professional being the entry point and additional modules to address customer needs for dedicated functionalities and use cases, for example for safety analysis and so on. I would like to highlight the fact that with the K63 module, we also offer an integrated VR experience for Omnisurf, and it has been very popular with our customers around the globe. As a new feature of the Omnisurf 2020 release, we introduced the Quick Access Functions menu, helping to save time and mouse miles for a smooth and very efficient modeling experience. Using the spacebar and mouse buttons in conjunction, a default set of carefully selected functions is directly accessible from the Quick Access menu. Here we show an example of a quick functions access calling up the unface, modify control point, and matching commands. It is very easy to customize. Just choose your favorite function and link it to your preferred mouse button, and you're ready to go. In Omnisurf 2020.1, the safety analysis function has been massively improved. New interface and now multi-threading support have drastically reduced the calculation times. The complete analysis is done in one pass, and you can create global analysis for all contact spheres with 1, 2, or 3 contact points on the fly. The sphere and the centerline's points are clearly displayed. With 2-point inspection, you can now dynamically slide the spheres along the centerlines for a better understanding. With 3-point inspection, you can choose at which center point you want to show your sphere. You can store these new traces then in the database to highlight any problem areas for downstream investigations. A complete new grill distance criteria has also been added. Let's have a look at our offering for parametric and associative modeling with Catia ISIM. Complementary to Omnisurf, Catia ISIM is a fully integrated Catia application for modeling Class A surfaces, powered by Omnisurf technology. As such, it is very popular with companies who are trying to connect styling and engineering for more efficiency and speed in the early phases of styling and design convergence. Among our references are some of the most well-known automotive brands in the world. Catia ISIM enjoys a huge popularity with companies like Fiat Chrysler Automobiles in Class A, and with Ital Design, for instance, for grey zone and body-in-white engineering most prominently. Aside from Class A modeling, it has been very successful in the domain of fuselage design for planes, but also for lofting the blades of huge windmills in the energy sector. The benefits of Catia ISIM are clearly that changes at any point of the modeling are much easier to incorporate thanks to the associativity of features, which will update on changing inputs like the base surfaces. Adding full parameterization, users of Catia ISIM are able to enrich their Class A surface workflows with the power of knowledge-aware and relationships, intelligent templates, also known as power copies, and much more. For this reason, the application has also been very popular in body-in-white design and modeling the gray zone areas of cars. While having the same level of associativity and parametrics as our Catia standard surfacing module Generative Shape Design, Catia ISIM is delivering superior surface quality and dedicated functionalities, for instance like the sophisticated gap functions to automate workflows and save substantial time compared to a conventional explicit Class A workflow. With our latest edition ISIM Design Experience, we are yet expanding the possibilities of Class A modeling again. By combining the best of both worlds, explicit and associative modeling, the all-new ISIM Design Experience is offering a new user experience and a new modeling paradigm for Class A on the 3D Experience platform based on what we call soft parametric modeling. With IDX, we deliver a new level of productivity and innovation. We have been studying the user experiences in our current solutions and focused on reducing mouse mileage and clicks. We want to offer a new user and a new modeling experience to customers of our own legacy solution like Omnisurf, but also those moving over from our competitors' solutions. ISIM Design Experience is dedicated to creatives, CAS and classic Class A modelers alike. Now let's see the new paradigm in action on this example of a hood. We've implemented one single command to generate all possible surfaces based on our new Omni technology. The user defines the inputs to what we call the Omnisurf command, and the decider will offer surface results, which makes sense considering the number and type of inputs. In this case, the user is selecting the inputs, for instance 2 edges, and the decider will choose a blend surface as the most likely, in fact desired option, and will create it. Thanks to the new user interface, we can switch over to the analysis by just a quick gesture based on mouse and keyboard shortcut combinations. It's also important to note that the users are free to directly manipulate the control points as you just saw in that first blend. Should the user decide to select more elements like 4 edges, the decider will correctly assume that a patch from 4 edges needs to be created and will propose a surface of this type accordingly. In this example of what we call a unified modeling workflow, we brought together surfaces and surface features from all of our relevant creative design applications in Catia. Imagine a shape for extremely quick and flexible concept modeling surfaces, ISIM technology to create the precision Bezier surface of highest quality, and on top the associative power of the Catia core. With the new soft parametric approach, users are in full control of when changes are promoted to the geometric features elements inside. Using so-called frames, update on all or only selected parts of a model can be paused until the frame status is put back into the so-called play mode to execute the update next time it is triggered again. Despite the trend in recent years, especially in transportation design, to move to a fully digital workflow, many customers on the other hand are reaffirming the need for physical prototypes and reverse engineering as an integral part of the design phase. They feel that physical models still deliver a better basis for design confirmation. Nevertheless, while the process has been around for quite some time, it's not enough to simply go along the lines and ignore the fact that a fully digital process saves money and time, especially considering the financial impacts of building a physical clay model. There's a need for increased productivity to get this process to a competitive level, which we believe is achieved by introducing more intelligent and automated elements in the reverse engineering process. The motto is to automate to the max, but at the same time ensure that there is predictability and the quality of the outcome is ensured. For this reason, we introduced new functionalities like, for instance, the fictive edge command or reworked new surface network command, amongst others, to accelerate the overall workflow decisively. The new fictive edge command allows modelers and engineers to recreate the so-called theoretical edge from a scan or other existing geometry. It represents the theoretical intersection of two base surfaces, which will create an edge that is one of the basic building blocks of Class R methodology. While these type of hard edges are for sure not present in any final model, it is because these edges will be filleted or blend surface will be put in place. Recovering them from scan data is therefore of highest importance, as they will be the basis for any following refinements. As you can see, the change of curvature on both sides left and right to the points indicated by the user will be taken into account in order to reverse engineer the position and shape of the underlying theoretical edge in real time. These reverse engineered edges are used then to create a curve network, which is then fed as input to the redesigned surface network command. This function will create surfaces within a given tolerance to the underlying mesh in one click. First tests with customers have already shown to reduce the whole process from days to hours, and as we continue to work on improving the solution, we already have realized additional gains since the first release and are still expecting to improve in the coming ones. Moving over to the next category, let's have a look at our solutions for product experience. Let's start with the classical domain of high-end visualization first. Our standalone application DeltaGen is the high-end visualization software outside of the 3D Experience platform to visualize your digital twin with the highest possible level of realism and quality. It is the go-to solution for customers in the automotive industry to drive their high-end visualization processes and pipelines. It allows to convert and optimize CAD data of various formats. The stellar render engine and its outstanding global illumination mode, plus the integration of our new DSPBR technology and the AXF format for scanned materials, will allow DeltaGen users to represent any product in an unmatched lifelike quality. The new release 2021X on top features new functionalities focusing on advanced lighting for automotive and introduces luminance and illuminance passes based on photometrics as highlights. On top of our core module DeltaGen, various add-on modules are available also for specific use cases like tolerance visualization for perceived quality studies, for instance. Another highlight are the data converters, which are considered to be the best on the markets available and which allow users to assemble their content from many different CAD systems and sources. We are also offering distributed rendering to drastically improve rendering performances with the help of scalable render clusters for design reviews. On top, we offer direct gateways and interfaces, for instance to Omnisurf, in order to enable this user community to directly visualize Class A content with the highest possible realism and perfect interoperability. Let's move over to our offering for product experience on the 3D Experience platform now. Let's begin with the high-end visualization solution on the 3D Experience platform called Catia Live Rendering. The application allows to visualize your 3D data on the platform with the highest possible level of realism and quality. Thanks to its integration into the 3D experience, there are several advantages over a standalone rendering solution. First of all, we can use 3D data coming from the 3D experience platform straight inside live rendering, as there is no need for data import or data prep. Thanks to the data management on the platform, we can be sure to use the latest and current data sets, which is the most important issue many visual artists face today. Overall, this means that apart from applying materials, there are no additional steps between creation and visualization. Live rendering does expand the boundaries in a sense that visualization now can be done on the fly at any point in the development process, based on production data. Creatives and modelers are now able to create visualizations at any time without the need of getting experts in the loop and with limited windows of opportunity to do so. On our 3D Experience 2021X FDO3 release, we introduce a new role called Distributed Live Rendering. It will allow companies to scale their visualization process using cluster setups. As a result, interactive rendering and batch rendering times in live rendering can be reduced substantially, making highest realism in real time possible. The current solution supports CPU-based clusters for now only, but GPU clusters will most likely be in a future release of 3D Experience 2. For design reviews and decision making, we have introduced the Product Design Presenter role, which allows to create interactive sessions based on current production data on the platform with only a minimum of preparation time. Thanks to the Product Perception Experience application, we can create product and material variants and save them alongside camera views for performing interactive, immersive or non-immersive design reviews and product presentations. In the FDO3 release of 3D Experience 2021X, it's now also possible to capture the stages within the VR environment for later use in a conventional desktop mode. Let's take the time here to focus on some aspects of our offering on the 3D Experience platform, which we believe are unique to it, both in combination and accessibility. Our offering for virtual reality and immersive experiences on the 3D Experience platform is pervasive, spanning from covering head-mounted displays and controllers to power wall setups, caves and even VR cluster setups. With a click of a button, users can switch from the standard desktop visualization mode to a fully immersive VR experience where they can even ideate and create 3D geometry in VR space. As highlights to mention, we have introduced lately into our Human Experience Designer role the capability of active human incarnation and motion capture functionalities. With either one of the VR roles like Virtual Reality Reviewer, Immersive Visual Experience or Immersive Collaboration Experience, we can also add an immersive VR experience on top for ultimate realism. In fact, the biggest benefit of having all these capabilities available on a common platform is that it enables designers to test new custom experiences in all relevant aspects in the virtual environment instead of doing so in expensive real-life trials. More than that, the customer experiences can be adjusted on the fly without the need to run through all of the postulated stages of the process again. Adding powerful simulation capabilities of Simulia to the equation, a truly empowering unified industrial workflow is available for creative designers for the first time thanks to the 3D Experience platform. While design thinking for now was considered to be a linear and repetitive back and forth between its stages, we can now move between them freely, which makes this creative design experience on the platform unique and truly a game changer for designers and creatives. Finally, I would like to provide some background information about how our commercial offering for the 3D Experience platform is structured and which are the relevant bits for you in case you are an existing customer or interested to become one. On a primary level, Dassault Systems would like to serve customers with an offering which is tailored to specific needs of their industry. Within the industry categories we identified as the most relevant, we find the so-called industry solution experiences, which will define a specific field within said industry. Inside, we find the industry process experiences. You can think of them as a bundle of roles that we put together for those processes we identify to be relevant in this particular field. Looking at this level, we see that different persona representing a specific function or role within a process or an organization have been identified. Below the rows, we would need to move to the application level, which has been featured along with the role level here in today's presentation most of the time. In case you are already a 3D Experience customer, you should be able to access and explore our offering interactively through the platform as you can see here in this video. While for individual users and smaller organizations the role level is likely the most relevant, we think that design studios and bigger organizations in general are best served on the industry process experience level. It represents a meticulously tailored offering of roles to take full leverage of the unified industrial design workflow, which I try to outline today in this presentation. Finally, I would like to make you aware of my global team of experts for Catia Creative Design Experience. You can find us on LinkedIn, for instance, where you will also find the link to our dedicated Catia Creative Design community, which I encourage you to join. You will find news and best practices around design over there, and you can connect and exchange with users of our solutions worldwide. Thank you very much for attending. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Talk to you soon.